What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? I'm trying to see if I can get Ken in here. Hi, Laura. Ashley, what's up? How are you? Oh, Mr. Sylvan.
Yes. Oh man, a weird dark screen I have. Hi, Laura.
Ashley's with us today as well.
Oh, hello, Ashley.
Can you both hear Ken and me clearly? You could put a thumbs up or yes or a no. Awesome.
All right. How's everyone doing today?
I'm fabulous, Ken.
That's great. I knew that. I knew that already. So
Starving a little bit, but that's good.
starving. Oh, that's a new flavor for you.
Another meal there.
Oh, I was hungry until about a minute or so ago. Then I fixed that. Oh, wow. I won't put across what's on my screen, so not as good as that.
Nancy, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Ashley is so full. Laura, it is yummy. It's actually elk and sweet potato. And those were gluten-free crackers. Trying to trying to hit my carb goal.
That's great. That's what it's all about.
It's all what it is.
Yes. All
So what are we
righty.
talking about today, Ken?
Well, we're going to talk about strategies for eating out. Some simple
Hmm.
things I think that we can do, or we've been doing for years, I think, Bart. When we go out, we do these things so naturally. I think just from years of navigating, we said, well, clients aren't always this comfortable doing this. So we said, let's share what we've been doing. I think we have 7 or 8 points that'll really help them prepare. And then when they're out eating, how to just go out and have a good time. I
Yeah.
think being in shape isn't about never leaving your home or never socializing. I've had a client say, "Well, I told my friends I can't be friends with anyone for at least 3 months till I get this done." I'm like, "No,
Oh
you
my
need
God.
to, I know you need to know." I said, "No, you need to socialize, go out, have a good time. You'll actually be leaner and be happier." I
Yeah.
said, "So we're going to talk about that today.
Awesome.
If I can change the lighting so I don't look like I'm in a dungeon or something." It's like,
What's your favorite restaurant, Ken? One of your favorite places to eat at?
right now, I have to say I love the pickle barrel.
Pickle Barrel. That's
I
good.
got I gotta say I love it. But there's also this place, Afghan Kebab. It's a very simple restaurant, but the food is amazing. It's like, and literally they tell you everything that's in it. I made the mistake of saying, yeah, but you guys don't know what's in the food. It's probably from head office. And the guy came from behind. He's like, are you kidding me? I made this meat with my own hands today, like this. And I was like, oh, that's good.
It's a
I
good
love the
place.
food.
I like the food there.
Oh, I love it. Love it. What about you, bud? Since you're the food connoisseur, Baxter's, where do you like the
Yeah, good question. I like Marche. I like
what? What
yeah,
did you say?
I like Marche.
What did you say?
I like Marche.
I love Marche.
I was waiting. I was hoping you'd say Marche, and you didn't say anything. So
Oh, I love Marche, but I never thought you liked that. I'm like, let's
I
go. I
love
remember I said,
Marche.
let's go to Marche once, and you were like, what, the food there. I'm like, it's a
No,
market. It's
I'm sure
awesome.
there was a reason why we didn't go there. Maybe that was for the birthday dinner or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Marche, someplace I've been already. I wanted to
You,
try a new place. That's why.
you chastised me for that. Like I was
Anyways, what's up,
I still
Stella? Thank you for tuning in. All right, we have Ashley, Laura, Nancy, Stella. All right, good.
so
Exciting times today.
I see. I take it you know everyone on here.
Actually, I know Nancy and Laura,
Okay.
but now we will get to know Stella
Stella.
and Nicole.
Stella.
What movie is that from?
Actually, that's from a Seinfeld. Well, it is a movie, but Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld did that once. She's like, Stella. I don't know what it's
Uh,
from. She's quoting a movie, so I'm
Stella.
not sure.
I think that's from some vampire movie. Anyways,
It is most likely, sir. Wow, I'm darker than dark today.
you know you are black, and you realize this.
Yes, but poor lighting makes me a different shade of black. It's
That is
like
true.
a brown black.
That's true.
It's like I can't see you at all. Hi Bart, can you see me?
Now I can't see when you do that, but all right,
Yes,
I think we should get started.
I think so too.
So we're going to speak about how to navigate and eat out and be social, right? And still be able to stay lean, stay healthy, keep your inflammation down, and have a great time, while you're doing that. So I think that's really important. And because a lot of times people get nervous, stressed out about socializing while they're on a certain plan, trying to hit a certain goal. And I think the stress of going out, being out, socializing is actually greater than the actual food sometimes.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely. I
like
agree.
you ate one thing that was maybe off the plan, you're maybe sensitive to that food. The stress of eating that might not be as bad as the stress of you freaking out 3 days or a week before and going, oh my God, how will I go there? What will I tell them? What will I stick to my plan? Will I go off my plan? So much madness, right? So
What will I tell, the Sentinels, Ken and Bart, or my nutritionist, whoever, when they question me and look at my log? We don't do that.
no, never.
Never.
But so that's why we chose this topic. Again, since we're on the theme of habits, we're going to discuss the habits that you can implement that will actually help you socialize stress free and still be healthy and still be able to drop body fat if that's your goal, or just stay lean if that's your concern. So, what's number one, Mr. Ken?
Number one is influencing where you go. I think that many people have others controlling where they go all the time, saying, I had to go here. I was told we were going there. One of the best things you can do is start trying to influence where you go. It's still
Mhm.
going to, choose places that you can eat and suggest it kindly. Hey guys, why don't we go here? This is great. There's great food there. Let's go here instead. So really trying to influence where you're eating, I think, is the first step in enjoying yourself when you go out. Who wants to go somewhere that if you're going to a pasta house, I just don't like it. Doesn't matter if it's rice or not, or any kind of pasta. I don't enjoy it, so why would I go there? So
Right.
let's try to influence and make suggestions to people why we should give it a try. And don't say, never say, well, I'm on a special diet and I don't want to have these things, so I can't eat there. Never say that. That's
Yeah.
like throwing you to the vultures. So just suggest some great places that you could happily do. And if they have a couple options, good. Then try to pick the one that's closest to what's best for you. You know?
Yeah. And be comfortable saying that, right? Like I find sometimes a lot of people will say, well, they all went there and I got dragged there. And sometimes it happens. I get it. You're in a big group and you just go with the flow, and that's okay. But that brings us to the next point: is look at the menu in advance, right? Like any decent restaurant has the menus online now. So many of my clients in the last, since Christmas, during their phone calls or whatever, even just not even during the phone calls, official phone calls, but even during the week, we looked at menus. We looked at menus online. Great, this is where I'm going for the next couple of days. And we looked at the menus, we picked the right foods, and that way they were able to go in stress free, knowing that they're going to pick this food, they're going to ask for this, and they were able to have a great time. So being able to look at the menu in advance is a great strategy. And worst case scenario, maybe even checking the restaurant if it's close to you or whatever. If you can, maybe go there and see the menu outside sometimes, right? So
And sometimes you're walking. I get it. Sometimes it's spontaneous. You're just out with, depending on how your friends operate. A lot of times you're literally, let's say at Young and Egg, just walking around. And I've done that. I go to the outside, I look at the menu that's out there, and that dictates whether my choice is going to be that restaurant or not. So sometimes it may fall down just to that, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yep. Anyone doing that already? Any of you guys like look at the menu in advance, or
Are
just
you
choose
shooting
where
from
you
the hip?
go?
Are you like, all right, Russian roulette? This is the menu. How am I going to deal with this? I had to eat it.
Yeah. If any of you guys are already doing some of this, just comment below. Let us know. And what's number three, Mr. Ken?
We're going to match up your macros. So, and what we mean by when you say that is a lot of times if you are going out and you have some sort of meal guidance already, I would say look at the macros that are at your dinner. And this is if you want to. If if you're speaking to someone or you're working with a coach or working with one of us or you're just on your own, you're saying, no, this evening's free. I'm going to do whatever I want, then that's fine. So if you're going to a restaurant and you're supposed to have, let's say, turkey, some green vegetables and, fats. Then you deal with what you can. You have, oh, really? I'm cutting out, eh? Is that the case? They
Oh,
say Laura said she
is it
keeps
okay
losing
now?
me. I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Neither am I.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear us now? Can you see us?
Okay.
Okay. Good. Maybe do you want to repeat a little bit of what you said before?
Sure. So even if we're looking at similar macronutrients, if you have, let's say, like I said, turkey on your plan, some vegetables and fats, try to line it up. It may not be the same kind of protein, but at least you're having protein. It may not be the exact same green vegetables, but you need to have vegetables. That's the
Right.
important part. And then lastly, if it's fats and there are zero fats on the menu, sometimes, okay, perfect. Sometimes you can actually, I've had people do this. They have their fats and they may throw the nuts or seeds, just like poof, throw them in their mouth and eat them in their purse, in their jacket. They have it after the meal they're leaving, throw some nuts in, they do it that way. You may not get nut seeds or avocado on a lot of restaurants these days. Some you may, some great places, but some you won't. But at least try to match it up as close as you can. If there isn't, rice or carbohydrates on there, rice, potatoes, bread, then try not to put it unless you're a nutritionist or you've decided that you're going to do it anyway. But match up your macros and you should be fine. It does not have to be identical.
Right. Ashley, I don't go out much, so when I do, I enjoy it, but within reason. I don't like to feel crap for days. Yeah, that's a good point, right?
Absolutely.
And that we're going to discuss that a little bit about making certain choices, choosing your poison. So, but the next point is when you do go to these restaurants, any decent restaurant now, if you tell them that you are allergic to certain foods, especially the major allergens, gluten, dairy, sugar, corn, soy, even if you're not really allergic, and you just for them to take it very seriously, if you say you have allergies to these foods, they will take care of you. Any decent restaurant is going to take care of you because they take allergies very seriously, right? Because a lot of people, allergies means they could drop dead on the floor, or need an EpiPen or whatever that may be. So any great restaurant is going to have either the server or the manager come up to you. They'll look at what do you want to eat. Great. They'll try and switch the recipe for you. They may tell you that, hey, this thing has ABC in it. We can cook it without those. They will always take care of you. And the way I see it is, actually, you're right. Be a puppy
Be a
ball.
puppy ball.
It's true.
That's true.
But if you think about it, right, when you're paying that kind of money to have fun, why would you want to eat something that then makes you feel like crap?
Absolutely.
Right? It doesn't make sense, right? Like you don't buy a car and say, yeah, it's okay if it doesn't have brakes. That's fine. Like we don't do those things. It's okay if the seat is torn. We don't do those things. So same thing with food, right? We need to make sure that Ken, why are you laughing at my analogy? I
Oh
know
no, it was a
you.
great analogy.
I know you're
I
the
was
master
thinking,
of analogies. Just I'm
no,
trying.
I was saying someone out there, someone that
So
bought a used car.
judgmental. Oh my God! Like, holy fuck.
Somewhere there's someone out there saying, "I just bought a car with a rip seat. How dare you judge me?"
But going back to telling your servers that, hey, these are my allergies, and they will take care of you. They will find the right foods for you. They'll make the right foods for you. I've been to a restaurant where I told them they didn't even have. So I wanted wings, and all they had on the menu were actually breaded wings, and I told them I'm allergic to gluten, and they actually made me wings without any of the breading, and I was able to enjoy them, and they were actually pretty good. This was at what's that restaurant? Kelsey's, I think.
Oh wow! Did the
Yeah.
server
And this
perhaps
is
like
this a couple
it?
of years ago. Now they have like a gluten-free menu and all that. But this is about 3, 4 years ago when they weren't really gluten friendly.
Were you
Um,
wearing a tank top or just wearing a sweater? Is that by the?
I don't remember, but it could be
They're
just my
yeah,
pecs
could be fond of
popping out.
your. That's right. That's what I was thinking.
But no, that's an important habit. Always let the server manager know that you have these allergies. In fact, a lot of my clients who went on vacation and they were at these resorts, they called in advance and said, "Hey, I have these allergies," and all the restaurants there were catering to them. They had no problem. All of them came back feeling great. They ate extra carbs, but they didn't want inflamed, they weren't puffy, they weren't feeling crappy, they didn't gain 10 pounds, and they could have fun, right? So,
That's important. That's very important because people ask, well, what's the difference?
mhm.
Like a lot of it is, as you said, you can't out train mucus and inflammation and all those things. You can't train them off. You
Yeah,
can out train calories and manipulate them, but if you're inflamed, there is no out training that. That just
yeah,
happens. You have to wait for that to go.
yeah. And when we say inflamed, just to keep it simple, that's your system is stressed out, right? So when it's stressed out, it doesn't care about fat loss. So whatever we can do to keep stress to a minimal and keep your stress hormone in the normal range, then that's ideal, right? So what's next, Ken?
All right, next we're going to talk about ask what's in the food. See, it's not just good enough to. Some people say, I don't want to say I have allergies. I can't lie. I'll start laughing. My significant other will say she's lying, or my kids will speak up. I had a client say my kid spoke up and said, "Mommy, don't lie." So,
I don't let
one
my
of the,
kids speak.
that is true, and you have a
My
lot of
kids
kids.
don't speak at all.
I know. Well, you have five, so if five speak at the same time. That's a lot of kids.
That's right.
Naranya and Haranya are very like vocal. So anyway, um, ask what's in the food and ask pointed questions. So sometimes say, so what's in the chicken is, or what's in the rice? And I'll give you an example why. I remember we were at the Keg, I think,
Yeah.
uh, with I think maybe Doug a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
horrendous thing. But anyway, and I asked, what's in the rice? They said nothing. It's just rice pilaf. It's normal. And then I said, well, I have an allergy to these things: wheat, dairy, corn, soy, eggs, that kind of thing. Can I still have the rice? And she says, no, I'll go get the manager. And I was like, what? What's in the rice? So there's different additives that they can put in foods: corn butter, dusting it with wheat flour, things to make it look nice. Presentation is important in restaurants. So a lot of times asking these things.
The rice had cream in it.
There you go. That's right. So how would you know that? You just see on the menu, you just see rice. So important to ask pointed questions. What's in this? Don't be afraid. As we have, if you were, one of our friends works in a restaurant, Ruth Chris, and he's a chef there. And I remember him saying when stars come in, they always ask very pointed questions. So what's on the steak? Did you put anything on? Is it brushed with anything? I need to know. And ask them questions. And then that's usually I ask first, then I have an allergy second, and I get all my answers that way. But make sure to ask. Don't be afraid to ask what's in the food. They have to tell you. And a lot of food out there, if you ask the questions, they can remove it for you or change it. So you can, as Bart said, have a great meal and not feel like, oh, why don't I feel good? Because then you don't want to go out. So we want you to go out, eat well, leave and go, hey, not only did I look great, I felt great socializing and I went home feeling good.
Yeah. And then the next habit is picking, planning and picking how you're going to go off the plan if you're going to go off the plan, right? So if you're going to choose, yep, I'm going to go eat a lot of carbs, um, that's fine, great, make that decision and then go have those carbs, but then be smart and not go, all right, I'm going to go all the way and even go drink a bunch of booze. Like it's true, right? Like sometimes we get out of hand a little bit, and I understand, right? Like we do that all the time. I know I do that. Uh, so I think that's important. Is like you said, Ashley, you like to go out. When you do go out, you like to enjoy it, which means you're probably going a little off your plan, maybe eating extra carbs, maybe eating certain foods that you usually don't, and that's okay. But knowing where to draw the line and not going, I'm going to do this and do this and do that, right? So and especially with alcohol is usually very closely connected with social events. So most people will have at least a glass of wine or something if they're going out with anybody. So if great, I'm going to have some alcohol, let me choose, okay, I'll choose a cleaner meal, but I'll go have maybe a glass or two of wine or whatever it may be, right? So be smart that way, right? Like you don't always have to completely smash your system. You can decide how much you want to smash it and with what. So okay, and then talking about alcohol.
All right. So alcohol, if you do actually end up drinking, always try to pick the alcohols that don't have a lot of wheat or rye or barley in them. So you're looking at Bart loves spiced rums. I think it's native to where his household. So I try to say when you go, let's have a regular rum, not spiced, not flavored, not a tahini rum, just a regular rum. And I think that's number one. Regular rum is good. Or even look at sometimes things like red wine. Red wine is clean. You never have to worry about its source, where it's derived from. So when you're drinking wine, you're literally just dealing with the alcohol. You're not dealing with inflammation from wheat or rye or barley, which cause a lot of mucus inflammation for people and weight gain. And if we're dealing with things like yeast fungus, it just explodes, and that's people's weights go up, or they have migraines or headaches the next day. So keep a simple one: rum, red wine. If you do have vodkas, look for maybe a potato-based vodka or a rice-based vodka. I have a client she knows her vodka inside and out. So if you need to know the vodka brands, I can drop them below, comment on them below. I'll check with my source, and she will say all the vodka brands that aren't made from wheat or barley or things like that. So choose your source. And then if you're going to drink, watch your hydration. When I used to go, we'd always say, okay, one drink, two bottles of water. Okay. Oh wow. Hey, Bart's living his true self.
That's my outfit.
Madison, how are you, Madison? Thanks for joining us, Madison. But yeah, so then increase that water, make your hydration what it needs to be. You can even drink things like I said, horsetail tea. One of the best remedies. I love to drink horsetail tea. It's
Wow.
great. Yeah, it's good for pulling out
These
water.
are, just so you guys know, all of you, these are things that he hides from me, and I have no idea about this horsetail tea.
Yeah, horsetail tea, dandelion
He
tea.
really is a more intelligent man than I am.
No. I just have less hair. Celery juice as well. These are three great remedies that I drink around alcohol to help pull water out. Because otherwise, if I don't, I know it's about 4 days before my midsection comes back to being lean again. But if I have horsetail tea, dandelion tea after, increase my water, and also have celery juice, these things help pull out excess water, mucus, fluid, and the increase in water will help flush your system. And there's nothing better than a good flush.
Yes. So these are some strategies that can help you navigate through the whole socializing scene. And you can still stay healthy, stay lean, still keep moving forward towards your goal, right? So at no point in your transformation process, your fitness journey, should you feel that you need to become a sociopath, right? So I think these are some simple habits that you can start implementing that will definitely help you stick to your plan and stay on track with your results. So if you have any questions, guys, comment, let us know. We're going to wait maybe a minute or so And if you guys have any comments, any questions about this situation, let us know. Or even any questions about, the actual 5-day
Right.
challenge.
How you felt today? Anything?
Yeah. Have you guys started any of the habits? Which habits have you started already? Let us know, guys. Comment below, and we will answer or comment back.
That's right. How's your energy been? Do you notice any positive? What maybe one or two positive did you notice that you started today? That's good to know. Who did their gratitude or their gratitude journal? No, I'm the only one. Okay.
I think there's a lag a little bit.
There is a lag.
Yeah.
There's a strobe light with mine. I'm flickering. I'm like in a dungeon somewhere. So thank you, Stella. I'm glad you're enjoying
Thank
it.
you,
Thank
Stella.
you. We got more to come. We have a lot more information to come. Lots.
Thank you, Ashley.
Picture like flashing, like, oh, good. What did you
How
feel
do you like
most
it,
about the
Laura?
gratitude journal? What did you like about it, Laura? What was the best thing that you could say for others why you did it or why they should do it? What did you like? Energy boost for overnight workers. That's a good question. Okay. Let's see. So you're a shift worker and you work nights. Now, when you get off shift in the morning, do you have to stay up with family or can you go to sleep?
Thanks, Nancy. So Stella, hope you heard the question. When do you go to bed usually? Okay, so I guess she gets back home, stays, and then do you go to bed? What time is that? Okay, 8:39 a.m. Yeah, so I think there's a couple of things, right? So you definitely want to start taking a good magnesium, because that will help balance a few things, right? So there could be, so remember, energy can come from your digestive system, right? Energy could come from, let's say, the food you're eating, right? If you're not eating enough, if your meal timing in between meals is really off, that will affect energy. Of course, not sleeping on time, which is, sleeping at night, doesn't help. But I think we got to look at a couple of things: hydration. Look at your food intake. Are you eating enough? Are you eating enough of the right nutrients? And then, looking at things like fish oil, magnesium. So some of the things that you see on the supplement plan, those will help with energy. So if you are not implementing that yet, I would start putting those in. Those should help. And then usually for shift workers, there's something called rhodiola that will help. Rhodiola would be a great, if you can message me, I can message you back on Facebook. It's RHODIOLA. So that would be a great supplement to help with just energy and helping balance your cortisol hormone. So DM me and I will message you back with that. Okay. Let's see if we can get Ken back on here. Ashley, I'm not used to eating so much, and having meat and salad for breakfast was strange. Yes, it is. It's, it is something that takes some while getting used to. But, usually within 2 to 4 weeks, we usually have people saying they wake up craving the animal protein with the fats and the salad. So keep that in mind. You're not just having the salad, but you're also putting some kind of fats in there, right? So it has to be avocado, maybe nuts or seeds, something, right? Or even just a
Sorry
tablespoon
about
of
that.
fish oil. So just make sure you're having that. But yes, you'll get used to that pretty soon, and you'll see your appetite should go up soon. And especially with the if you're taking the digestive enzymes, it'll definitely help.
That's a great question. Ashley said, it says, do I still want to eat if I don't feel hungry? Usually what I try to tell people is to get used to the timing of eating, because then their metabolism will shift. If you only eat when you're hungry in the beginning, you may miss meals and have bigger gaps in your meals. So try to eat regimented. You may not finish it, but get used to eating it, because your body's enzymes, everything turn on at the same times and get better. And I promise you, after 5 days, you'll be more hungry and you'll want more food.
Yeah.
My phone
Any other
overheated.
questions? Laura, I'm glad So Laura mentioned that she liked the gratitude log because you had to find the positive. So that's great. And that's one of the main purposes of having the gratitude log there. So. All right, guys. I guess if there's no more questions, we will tune out. Yeah, so if you guys have no more questions, everything's good, then let us know. I'm surprised at taking magnesium at 4 5 p.m. Then again, right before bed. Well, we want to increase your magnesium levels. That's number one. It's one of the most important minerals that we all are deficient in. So we want to try and take that double, even sometimes triple doses, depending on the person, to increase magnesium levels because that'll help with blood sugar cravings, sleeping deeper. So the reason we're taking them in the afternoon is because so that it can start pushing your stress hormone down, so that you can have actually deeper quality sleep.
Absolutely. And not waiting till cortisol is too high to try and bring it down. A lot of times it's too last minute. Our cortisol's already had a second push. So if we wait to have our full dose at the end of the night, it actually disrupts people's sleep more, I find.
Yeah. And if you're already taking magnesium, I would still do the recommended dosage because again, we want to try and get those magnesium levels up as fast as we can. So there's nothing wrong with doing that double dosage. Again, like I said, a lot of people, we even give them 3 doses sometimes, depending on their bowel movements, if their digestive system can handle it or not. So there's nothing wrong with it. If I were you, I would take that double dosage. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. So if you have under the video or in the group, and we will get back to you. Okay. Have a great evening, and keep us posted on how you're doing with the habits. Right. Take care, guys. Bye bye.